Hello and welcome to the podcast Carcast, episode 12. I'm Adam Lundy.
I'm Greg Powers.
I'm Čolić.
I guess I'm Garrett Fulwider.
Yep, we got some,
Got a little guest action going on
those
here.
of you will remember from episode 9, Ollie, and new guest, Garrett.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. We feel
Okay,
Yes, sir.
if you could have any accent, including the lingo
Okay.
and slang of that accent, what would it be?
Ooh. I personally know exactly where I'd go.
Okay, what would you go?
I kind of wish I had a Canadian accent with the lingo.
Really?
And not only with the lingo, I'm kind of hoping I'll take on a little bit of the Canadian personality with this.
Okay.
And I think
You just want to be a nicer person.
Exactly. That's the exact reason I want to take it. Because I'm told way too often that I'm one of the meanest people have met. And I'm
an
just
awful
terrible.
person.
And they were like interested in hanging out with me until they hung out with me. But you know, even if I stayed mean though, with this accent, people are gonna think at least he's got an accent. Let's keep hanging out with him.
He's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think being Canadian's gonna fix all the awful personality traits? Like, no.
I'm hoping
Have
at least
you met Garen, that dick? Yeah, but he's Canadian. Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
he's fine.
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fine.
He
That's
says the
good.
mean things in a
Canadians
nice
can be
accent.
good.
Okay. I think I personally would want to go just the default British.
Okay.
Like, just I feel like that's kind of like the top accent.
Yeah.
It's just like British, and you also have like bugger off and wanker
Yeah.
and stuff, and like all that fun slang and like lorries
Yeah.
and shit like that. But if I didn't have to go British, because that's
the
easy
default,
mode.
yeah.
That's easy mode. I think I want to go with something like exotic, like South African, or like
good choice.
or like Indian, or just be like a totally white dude with like a really thick Korean accent, like something like that. Just something like
That would
that.
be glorious to see. Yeah, that's
Amazing.
a good
Okay.
choice. I think I would go Scottish.
Scottish?
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
you
Just-
walk in anywhere, ladies flock to you
Scottish
like that.
is a nice
The
accent.
gruffer,
Also,
less
yeah.
appropriate version.
I'm
of
just gonna
English
assume you
accent.
were one of the stars in Boondock Saints and automatically have a crush on you. It's
Done.
just-
Done.
Depending on the level of Scottish accent, you can be like, I'm still speaking English, but no one can understand me.
Colin Farrell.
Okay.
Esque.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
his
That's a
accent.
good median level of
Yeah,
Scottish.
that's where I feel like that's an even playing field where you can still understand me, and yet I could still say something, and people be like,
Okay.
"Yeah, that's funny. You totally like insulted me, but that was funny. I'll keep it up. You keep it up. Keep it going."
Like, I would have gone just. I'm gonna play off the fact that I'm already very white, and I'm just gonna go with the southern one because I think I
Okay.
can make that work.
Okay.
I can make that just kind of cool. Like I don't care about things, undertone work while also having it kind of play off of the light, playful racism that I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Make it work that way.
Yeah.
People are
You're
gonna
like
think you're Southern though.
you're kind of like the grandmother, where it's just like, I mean, you can get away with saying some racist stuff because it's like, oh, she
She's
was
old.
raised in a
another
different
time.
time, a
Fine.
different
Different
place.
era.
Yeah, exactly. You can be like, well, Ollie isn't racist, he's just Southern. Like we
That's
hold
just
him to a
him.
different level. Like he has to get beyond a certain level of racism before he's racist by other people.
Yeah, it's like, oh hey, whoa.
Yeah.
He's from south of the Mason-Dixon line. You guys can't judge him. It's a different place down there.
It's a whole
Like
other
they're
culture.
just called you people down there. Like it's
That's it.
okay.
It's not offensive. They just don't differentiate between white and
white and white. So that's the only problem that they have down there.
Exactly. Okay, time for Adam's dumb fucking wordplay pun of the week.
God
Oh,
damn
I'm
it.
excited.
If you raise livestock for a living and you get dressed to go to work, is that ranch dressing?
Oh God.
I hope you step on a Lego tonight.
I mean,
That was almost
I would
painful.
deserve it.
That
I would deserve it.
that is,
I'm gonna drown myself after this.
I
don't blame you.
I'm gonna jump off a bridge.
They're insulting it. I'm probably gonna come back, watch this a few times just so I have the pun memorized, and go tell people like it was my joke.
Exactly.
Joke
Just
stealer.
pawn it off as your own.
To answer your question, though, I think technically, yeah, which is the best kind of being right.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. But once again, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge. Thanks
Obviously,
for that. And drink bleach on my way down. So,
On the way down, yeah.
so if I manage to somehow live,
Which you don't
with
want
the
to
bleach
after
will
that
just
joke.
yeah, I'm good. Okay,
Okay.
thanks for
Um,
Gets
that.
the job done.
Yeah, it really does. You got to finish it off.
Yeah, double tap.
Yeah.
Before I move on to the next topic, have any of you come with prepared stuff that you wanted to discuss in a podcast format?
I had a quick question.
Yes.
Proceed. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I was thinking about a conversation we had the other night at my party. If you remember, we were talking about.
I probably don't. I remember very little. I remember bits and pieces of that.
We had a quick conversation about anime and closeted weebs. And
That sounds like a conversation I would have. Yes.
so I want to know, at what point can you be an open weeb, or you have to closet it? Like, it's cool to like watch a few episodes of Naruto, but at what point is it too weird? Like, is it weird when I put on the 9th episode of a hentai series when my friends are over, or like a little bit before that?
I prefer the method of not being a closeted weeb, but being so fucking uncloseted that people have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I consistently wear this One Piece shirt, and like, I've had 2 people come up to me in like the 3 years that I've owned it and worn it consistently and been like, hey, that's an anime. Like, I just like wear it,
I know
and
that.
they're just like, and no one's like, I'm not gonna wear stuff that people would recognize as anime. I'm just gonna wear like obscure stuff that's just like, yeah, I'm not hiding it, but just no one has any idea what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I think the line's drawn at whenever someone asks you a question about that anime and you have a definitive answer. That's about the point
Yeah.
where we just retreat right back into that.
That and if you have the memorabilia of like Naruto,
if you wear,
if
that,
you
like,
wear the
that
headband
shirt
and
all
run
the
like them,
Okay,
that's
But it helps you go faster.
it does. Science has
does.
proven it, but that's where I think that's where the line should be.
would we
Actually-
draw the line
Okay.
at a guy, maybe roughly 20 years old,
Roughly.
who has maybe a few, maybe more than a few
Figurines?
Dragon Ball Z figurines from
No.
Japan?
Oh,
that's
okay, wait. No,
No, you're fine.
where do you keep these figurines?
This man would keep these figurines.
Okay, where does this person? Sorry, I would hate to assume your
Gender
gender.
there.
Yeah.
Keep
Okay.
these figurines. In his room, there is in the corner, there's a stand with different decorations on it. On the second level down, there's the figurines, each they're set up in a way where it looks like some of them are fighting.
No,
Um,
totally acceptable.
Okay,
acceptable.
there's one thing that crosses the line. Is the stand protected on all sides by glass?
there's glass on 2 sides.
Okay,
No,
you're
he's
good.
good. Yeah,
You're
he's
good.
fine. In the corner.
You're good.
He's fine.
Perfect.
Anything
Okay,
less
he's-
than 4 sides is fine.
As soon as you go 4 sides, then that's too much.
But unless
Okay,
they're
I'll
like
let him know.
Yeah.
like $800 figures,
Yeah.
then you need glass on all sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of reach that weird area where they become like collectibles. Like it's actually
Yeah.
cool because they're like so exclusive.
Okay,
And
good.
there's also a point where you're just like, you just kind of want to go so full on that you're just like, there's no turning back.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Like there's this body pillow that I saw. Based off of, I mean, that's already bad enough. I saw
You
this
want my board?
body
Where did you
pillow.
go to see a body pillow?
It was something that was no, I didn't see it in person.
Oh.
I don't think that there's any place I
Wait,
can
you
go.
were online looking at body pillows?
No, I was
just-
online and I
just
stumbled across a
refuses-
body pillow because it's so astronomically weird.
Oh, okay.
Because it is a body pillow instead of like a normal person, it's a body person of someone who is a half snake. So it's 38 feet long. It's like the normal top, and then the snake part is literally just like a pillow that you can just coil around yourself like
I
a
think
snake.
the problem is I know there's a market for that.
Yeah.
The kid that's
Oh, God,
really into Harry Potter and anime is gonna think of like a Slytherin fantasy
Yeah.
and buy
Oh
this
my
body
gosh,
pillow.
that's right.
Exactly.
And then put Hermione's face.
Oh, right at the
Yeah,
top.
right
Yeah,
at the top.
like
At the top.
the
drill a
crude.
hole right about crotch height, and you know. that's
Well,
just-
where do we
that's just
consider
your
crotch
next
height
week.
on a 38 foot long?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the crotch is
Wherever you
still a
want
normal
at that
crotch
point.
site.
Can you?
But it's a 38-foot long snake.
Is
Where
there like a body
Don't
part
worry.
to it?
I know this.
Can you
the
make
crotch is
multiple
at
crotches?
normal.
It's marked out. So
The
you know
crotch
where to
is at
drill.
the part where the human becomes the snake. Because anime would be useless if a person became a snake before their crotch.
Well, what if
The
the
crotch
snake is
has to
becoming a
happen,
human
and then the snake
at
happens.
some point?
right.
There's no anime that's gonna have someone who's have anything that happens before the crotch happens.
Well, now let's flip it. Is there a pillow out there that has the bottom half of a
Human.
and then the top part of a snake?
I wouldn't doubt it. Isn't that like a Rule 34 thing?
Probably.
It's like Rule 34 subsection C, where if you
Super niche.
porn
Chapter
exists
8.
of it, there's a body pillow for it. Like,
Okay. All right. I wonder how that would look, though.
I don't even want to picture that. Honestly, I don't.
I'm already picturing it.
God help your soul.
What do you guys have? I have a nice python, Burmese python. Like what kind of snake?
What kind of snake are you guys picturing?
Rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake?
Yeah.
Is there a body type you got going for this rattlesnake too? Like
Dominican.
Cobra.
I was
Cobra,
gonna say
'cause
like
I like
a
to
nice
live
athletic
dangerously.
build. But
Yeah.
See, I'm just picturing my parents' disappointment and can't get
He has his pillow out again, doesn't he?
Yep.
Just don't look at him. Let him.
Okay. So I am 99% sure. I am 100% sure that Garrett is part of an improv group. I am 99% sure that Ollie, you are also part of an improv group.
I was.
You were. Okay.
Ooh.
Now this question is about good friends versus funny friends.
Same thing.
Well, see, here's the thing. All the friends that I have make me laugh, but I recognize that what makes me laugh from them might not like make an audience laugh, might not appeal to the general public.
True,
So I'm wondering if you guys like I was just like, hey, me and Greg have a podcast, and I'm just like, hey, Ollie, want to come on the podcast? Hey, Garrett, want to come on a podcast? I think there might come to a point where somebody's like, hey, why have you never invited me on the podcast? And then I have to be like, well. So I was wondering, especially with you guys become part of a comedy group, has that ever happened in their scenarios where like maybe someone's like auditioning for the
Where you just kind of like.
where you just kind of have to be like, you have to tell someone that you know, because improv is just like funny, like that's it. There's not a lot of other like requirements.
Yeah, you just.
It's like you just have to be able to think on your feet and you have to be funny. Like those are the two.
Memory.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's an intensive activity, okay?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's
No,
A lot
I'm
of time perfecting our art.
It's all rehearsed, actually.
So I'm just wondering if that has ever happened to you guys, where you've had to be like someone, maybe like your friends auditioned and you had to like sit them down and be like, you didn't get in.
I'm so sorry.
I went through a very specific situation.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
So, we had to go through what is called umbrella improv,
Right.
Okay.
and after you have already made it, you're allowed to go back to auditions for later generations and see
Yeah.
who's auditioning, and also kind of help the process of picking out the new person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had a very good friend. Very close friend who I convinced to audition.
Mhm.
And we're gonna use an alias for her. She's gonna be
Tiffany. Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Wait, no,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
She's going to be
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Okay.
Stephanie, okay.
Stephanie decided to audition. Stephanie was super nervous. The day of, Stephanie. Okay.
You know, for someone in an improv group, you really had a lot of trouble coming up with the name there. That's just,
I was just trying to make sure it wasn't her name.
Okay.
I think you started saying her name. We're
You're like,
wait,
let's
that's the
call
only
her
one I can't do.
Wait, I've already started to say your actual
Stephanie,
name.
Stephanie,
This doesn't
Stephanie.
help. This doesn't help. Okay, so yes, Stephanie.
Okay, Stephanie auditions. So when she goes there, she was super nervous. I convinced Stephanie's best friend to also go with her. Lexi.
Okay.
Lexi.
Lexi and
So,
Stephanie.
Stephanie. I convinced Lexi to go with Stephanie.
Yes.
Lexi was like, I'm not funny. I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to make Stephanie feel better. Stephanie's
already know
thinking,
how
I'm
this
funny. I'm going to make it. This is great. I have an
Oh,
improv
no.
group ahead of me. Well, no one likes Stephanie's auditions. But lo and
God.
behold, Lexi is thought to be hilarious.
That is great.
Stephanie
my
gets
gosh.
cut. One of the first to be cut.
Oh, so it was like a multi-tiered audition,
Oh,
like
she was-
semifinals type thing.
Well, it wasn't like that.
Like
they just like
callbacks
looked at her
and
name and
shit.
they were like, no, and just like threw the paper.
man.
But then it comes to Lexi. They're like, she had a lot of good energy. She made some good jokes, and I'm just sitting
Keeping
there.
Regretting all the decisions
I cannot
you made.
believe this. And I was the one who let each of them know who made it and didn't make it. And I had to tell the other that the other didn't make it.
Oh man.
And it was
Why did you do this to yourself?
I made a mistake. I wish if I could do anything, like take it back, but like still made the right choice, I wish I would have told Lexi, hell no, you're not auditioning. Let Stephanie do her own thing. Get your own life, Lexi.
Yeah.
And let Stephanie just
Throw one
miss
under
it.
the bus.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I still feel bad about it to this. Stephanie, I'm sorry, and Lexi.
I didn't specifically have to deal with a similar situation, but one year in high school, I was in our high school, we had one acts every year.
Yeah.
And freshmen, sophomore, seniors are all audition, or freshmen, sophomore, juniors all audition for it, and then by the time you're like in a senior in an acting class, you're the one who actually like directs the one acts and like cast them and whatnot.
Okay.
And so my sister, there's really no way for me to come up with a fake name since I only have one sister.
Just call her out already.
That's okay. So my sister was auditioning, and and she'd already been in the theater program for maybe like a year and a half. And then she brought her friend, because one acts is like the time of the year when we try and get all the people who don't normally, who we try and like recruit people to theater. Like we always try and recruit at least like 2 football players, for example, to be in the one acts. And so one of her best friends, who has never done theater, also auditions. And it's honestly one of the worst auditions that we well, I mean, just like in general, the one acts is one of the worst auditions because it's literally everyone who's auditioning lines up on either side of an auditorium, and when you go up to the front, you have to do a quick improv scene that you only have a total of, each person can only say 3 lines total, and in that time you have to like make the person laugh, you have to like make the audience laugh, you have to establish like a location, your relationship, and like the setting and stuff like that. With each person only getting 3 lines. And there's no what would you call it, feed from the audience. There's no suggestions. You just go up and one of you instantly has to come up with something.
Holy crap.
So it's one of the most nerve-wracking auditions that we ever do because there's no way to prepare for it. And so it's an incredibly stressful time.
I bet.
The callbacks happen on the same day. You can get called back for multiple different one acts because there's like maybe like 8 total.
Okay.
My sister got called back for 2 or 3. Her friend, who is adorable, got called back for like 6 or 7.
Oh my God.
And she was like beside herself. She was just like, she was so upset that like her friend, she's just like, she's not even that great of an actress. like she really broke out the claws for this, and she's like, she's not even that great of an actress. Why didn't she?
Starts
Like my audition was so much
scratching her
better.
eyes
Why
at
did she
pictures.
get called back to so many? Luckily, at the end of the process, her friend didn't get cast in any of them. Got cast in 1, so it all leveled out eventually. But that was a very stressful
So
like
it was a
4 or
happy
5
ending.
hours. Yeah,
She had the
it
most
was.
callbacks, but didn't make one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just a punch in the gut.
It really
Yeah,
is.
because they were just like, oh, she's adorable. Because obviously, as you can imagine, in that short of an audition, it's so impossible to get a feel for anyone. So they're just like, oh, I think she might be a good fit for this, and then everyone was like, no, she's not. It wasn't even just like, oh, because then all of the people sit around the table and we like literally draft the people who we want in our one acts.
And with the first pick, we have...
Because we don't want like one person who's like the best actor or actress being in like all 8.
Yeah.
And literally it just like everyone like picked all the people they needed, and then they were just like, oh, I guess we didn't pick her. Like it wasn't even just like, oh, fuck this girl. It wasn't like Garrett's situation where they're just like, Stephanie, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
My first question was fire drill, and also I think that like my sense of humor is so abrasive that I can't have like friends who aren't also funny friends, because if you're not like gonna laugh at that type of humor, you're just not gonna be able to hang. Like it's gonna get on your nerves. Like the horrific things I say, like I'm gonna kill like 12 babies a day in my jokes. So if you're not ready for that, we're probably just not gonna spend a lot of
Exactly.
time together.
Okay. Fair enough.
But that is so brutal when someone has to find out they're like not funny. And like I think I've had these moments where you're just like, oh, that didn't go my way, or like that joke didn't land with like a huge group of people and there's just silence. You're like, where's the bleach?
My
Where's
favorite,
the bleach?
I think my favorite thing to do is when someone's joke obviously does not hit and there's no one laughing, giving a ridiculously sarcastic pity laugh. Like just And then just going back to a straight face, like we
just walk away from them.
We're not going to give you that joke.
I
We're
heard
not
a
gonna
great. I think it was Daniel Tosh, who had a great thing where he was telling a joke and it was like funny, and then it wasn't funny, and at the end of it he just goes, I could have ended that joke when it was good, but I chose not to.
I think my humor's all
Chinese fire drill. No.
Everything's fucked.
Collapsing 3, 2, 1.
Goddamn.
Wonderful. Okay, now Garrett has had. I was having a spot of trouble communicating all this with Garrett.
Okay.
Because he checks his Facebook messages like once every 12 hours. And that's fine. That's fine. I was just wondering, what does it feel like to not be Facebook trash? Because I'm always like the second.
Always on Facebook.
There's always like there's a million and one things that I hear. It's like whenever a girl texts you back, you might want to wait like 30 minutes, or just like whenever someone. It's literally if someone texts me or someone messages me, I'm just. And then they take 8 hours to reply, and I'm like, come on! No!
Yeah.
So what is it? What does that feel like? What does it feel like to have stuff that goes on in your life?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for you thinking that things go on in my life. I really appreciate that. And it's not, I don't want anyone thinking I ignore their messages. I answer the second I see it. The second I see the message, I answer. Now, the problem here is you're thinking I'm doing things, and that's why I don't check it. No, I am playing video games, and I don't like think to check my phone because I'm in the middle of a match.
You're just choosing to ignore these.
Oh, I leave my phone over there or in another room, or I don't charge it. It just dies. My phone dies at least once a day, and I'll leave it that way for a few hours. Like, I'm not doing things. I don't have that many. I have one friend to hang out with, and she left the town, so
That makes sense.
I've just been playing on
Garrett's
my computer.
down literally to just video games and masturbation.
Yeah.
And that's what fills those 12
Oh
hours.
yeah, it literally just goes back and forth.
Yeah. Tis the season.
It's been good, and I'm really hoping as Christmas draws closer, Pornhub will give one of those free premium accounts.
Oh yeah, man. God.
So we can really do well.
Garrett has the masturbation match like locked down because he plays Overwatch, and Overwatch is practically foreplay. As far as it's pretty much it's just like you complete a match and you're like, and I'm ready to go.
Oh, sometimes I don't even need to like finish the match. I get like 3 headshots in a row as Hanzo, and that's already taken care of. 2 birds with 1 stone. We got the job done.
The game and I came. This is amazing.
Isn't it a problem when you start being hard for like 8 hours at a time while you're playing?
I've gone to the doctor a few times, but also, in a way, it's a confidence booster. It's like if I can keep myself turned on for 8 hours,
I
can do that to someone else, maybe.
All right, fair enough. You start showing girls highlights of your games, like look out. Look, that was like across the map.
Keep going.
Pretty much, and it's yeah. So thank you for not I'm not Facebook trash. Just every other aspect of my life is trash.
Oh, okay.
Just not the social media. Actually, I shouldn't even say that because I go on Twitter a lot to check like pro gamers tweets to see what they're talking about.
Okay, fair enough.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm trash. Don't deceive yourself.
I think you still share enough parakeet photos that it's a little bit Facebook.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to
see
see good parrots, you know where to go.
Good parrots. Good
solid
quality
bird memes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I keep them coming.
The highest quality in bird meme technology.
I had the opportunity to be an admin for a bird meme page. They're almost at 200,000 likes. I could have been a memer.
Man.
I could have been a contender. I could have been.
But how are you gonna break it to your parents that you're professionally memeing now?
I think they'd be proud that I'm doing something.
Yeah, I mean, is that really a
Oh my God,
break
he's
it
not
to
just
your parents,
masturbating
or more
anymore,
like
honey.
Parents.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm finally a professional memer.
they might think it was better than the last thing I got caught up on. So I yik yak at the beginning of last year.
Oh yeah.
And
Yik Yak?
Yik yakking 40 to 100 times a day on Yik Yak. I would post mom's spaghetti with just a emoji of spaghetti, and I on Yik Yak, and I developed actually a cult following in Boulder. people posting it for me. There was a rival I got named Dad's Lasagna, and he started going against me. I met up with this girl from Tinder. And I told her who I was, and she was like, "No way. I'm about to sleep with Mom's spaghetti." She said she said she told her friends she slept with Mom's spaghetti. And if you're at the point where your friend's bragging, or if someone's bragging that they slept with you to their friends because of your memes, then you've made it. And that was a highlight of my first semester of sophomore year.
That's a surprisingly uplifting story about memes.
Yeah, it was good. It got me places.
Take like a milady, with the hat and tip. I thought I was gonna take that route.
She just stole my fedora and ran away.
Yeah. I haven't seen it since.
No, we got lucky, and my only regret is that I don't have a phone with a bigger memory because I don't have Yik Yak because I have storage devices issues. So I can't keep it going because I figure Spotify is more important than Mom's spaghetti.
It is. It's Spotify.
I mean, Spotify's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But
unless, of course, Mom's spaghetti is getting you laid, in which case, you gotta
weigh the odds on that one.
I could go back to Tinder and just make that my bio.
Yeah, do it.
I'm
Just
Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah.
Though I can't imagine my girlfriend being too happy with that. Please stop Tindering with memes.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's an addiction.
He's like, I'm just a meme trying to meet fellow memes. Like, that's all. Okay.
I'm just imagining like one of those things you see on like Craigslist or something, like male trying to meet male, just like meme trying to meet meme.
Memes, yeah.
Yeah. M looking for M. It's like, hey baby, what are you? She's like, sorry, are you a meme? No, I'm a guy. It's like, oh my God, the
Wrong
fuck out of
M.
my
Don't
Craigslist.
talk to me about this right now. Thank you.
It's just like, I'm just a lonely old grumpy cat looking for a Harambe.
Oh, God.
That's all I want in life.
Well, if you can't find it, do you go on Craigslist and M searching for M or whatever?
I wouldn't take a Craigslist Harambe.
I'd maybe go to like one of the weirder pages on 4chan and then figure out who I can find. Like I imagine some top-notch.
I thought that was supposed to die, like that entire website.
It's dying. I don't think it's completely dead yet, but it's
slowly getting there.
It's going off. Yeah.
Same with Reddit. Reddit is.
I didn't know Reddit was going downhill.
No,
Well, now I'm sad.
Because after the election, it's all just Trump shit on the front page. So I'm like, I can't. I'm done. So.
Oh, I thought you meant like it's.
No, it's dying for me.
It's dying for you. Okay, I was just like.
Oh, 4chan is
4chan
legitimately
is
being going.
literally dying. Yeah.
That's just dying.
Reddit is dying for me slowly because Trump ruined it.
I just hide in my own little concaves of just like gaming subreddits and like anime IRL and shit like that, and it's like that's all. And then I'm just like, and then it's just like, and then occasionally I'll see something on like subreddit drama or best of that's just like the Donald, and I'm like, no, thank you, no, just like a little hermit crab. I'm like, I'm just like, let me just retreat into my liberal bubble and just you
back in my shell,
over there. Oh man.
Don't blow me up, please.
What in the hell is going on?
What just happened?
Uh-oh.
My shit is not recording. That's okay. We'll just use the iPhone audio. We'll just use.
No. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, we have one more topic to cover.
Proceed.
Okay.
Yes.
So as I've already elaborated on,
of course.
Ollie and Garrett are professionally funny.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Sort
of funny. I mean, we're like 11 episodes deep in an okay podcast funny.
Yeah. I'll take it.
So
12.
Oh yeah, 12.
After today.
To count.
So I want to learn about everyone's individual creative process. Like what people do to come up with funny stuff. Because literally me, I'll start with me. While you guys think.
Okay.
All I do is I'll just think about something and my mind goes off on these awful tangents, and then I'll just reach to the end of the tangent. Kind of like JD from Scrubs. Like I'll just reach the end of the tangent and I'll be just like, oh, I think that's why we don't have any more penguin surgeons. And then I'll just find a way to turn that into a tweet, and then I'll just throw that up on Twitter. Like I don't unless I really want to. I never like sit down and think of something funny. I'm always just like, I wonder what would happen, and then I'm just like, we need a lot of lasagna, and then I just throw that onto Twitter. I'd be just like, oh, I wonder if see, I can't even think of it when I'm put on the spot. I can't even think of anything. And so I just like the podcast is literally my ideas for the podcast is me just over the course of the entire week just having those thoughts, and I'm like, is this one going on Twitter or is this one going on the podcast? And then I'll be like, this one's going on the podcast.
Good.
Heck yeah.
I don't know, just my creative process is just being in the world. It just awful jokes happen up here.
Okay.
Right.
And then I have to break them down
Yeah.
little by little to make them funny and not
Like
12 baby
horrific.
killing. Yeah, like
Yeah.
12,
Exactly.
killing 12 babies in a garage fire, bad.
Mhm.
See, just like
Oh, I
that.
think
Just like that.
That started
Is
like,
it?
ooh, I had to bring that one way down.
Yeah.
That's about as low as I can get with that one.
Mhm.
But it's just whatever I see, and it'll
Okay.
spur a thought, and then I go down that tangent for 20 minutes, and then I'm back.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really. I like when I think about my process. I think I like tend to have a lot of creative thoughts sometimes, maybe. So I'm a creative writing major. So
Okay.
that's my job, you know. That's what I got to do. The thing is, most of them aren't actually ever funny. There's not
Okay.
actually good ideas. If you
Okay.
ever see me do improv or any of
You're
that,
creative,
I
they're
don't
just
rely
awful.
on what I'm saying. I rely on all my body mannerisms.
Oh, okay.
So I just do funny stuff with my hands and sometimes my face, or do weird shoulder shimmies, and they're like, this guy's funny.
Yeah.
He's adding in weird language with it. But if you just
something
actually
good.
listen to my voice, nothing I say is objectively funny.
Oh, okay.
But every now and then I'll get in a good one-liner, so like, it says stuff too.
Look at that.
Like, so I'm just always hitting, but really I'm not actually hitting anything. I just ramble.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you just like, you know, without the body, if you were just a disembodied voice, they'd be
I'm
like,
not-
that's Garrett, and he just says funny things occasionally.
Occasionally.
But because you're just like, what's up?
like-
They're just like, this guy's funny all the
guy's
time. Oh my god, he's just a non-stop show.
Exactly. I'm like animated enough to keep it going.
Perfect.
But yeah, voice.
Okay.
That's got to be exhausting. Calling my thing a process is giving it way too much credit.
Okay.
Because I'll just be watching something that people are taking way too seriously. It's like something you should. It's like a hospital burnt down, and I'm just like, all right, there's funny in here.
Oh, yeah,
And I
there
just
is.
like
There
look at him
totally
like,
is.
what's the worst thing I could say about this? And I just whittle it down to like, all right, here's this horrific thing that happened. Where's the funny? Where can I get people to? Yeah, like look at this in such a weird way that they're like, God damn it! All right, that was
Okay.
that was bad, but I can't help but laugh at the weirdest thing
Okay.
you pointed out.
Yeah.
And so I just start
I
pointing
feel
out weird
like-
stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I have like spidey sense, but it's like joke sense,
Oh, yeah.
where it's just like there's something like there's like a certain situation, and I'm just like, I know there's a joke here. I just have to spend time digging to find it. Like I'm just like
be
something
here.
happens, and I'm just like, damn. Like for a really racist example that just happened the other night.
Well, no, let it happen.
So,
Let's power through it.
my
Let's get right on it.
this guy that I work with, Juan, you can just take your own fucking guess as to what race Juan is. He walks over and he like kicks this box that was just lying on the floor, and then he stops and he goes,
That's a thing they do.
I just kicked this brown box, and there's a joke there. And I'm just like, there is a joke there with you kicking a brown box. And he's just like, those lazy brown boxes just standing around and taking from a welfare. I'm like, no. And then it had like a fucking like liner in it to like protect it from
God.
whatever it is. I'm just like, this is the first time I've seen something brown wear protection. Like that was like I could just kind of be like, oh, there's places I can go that I can make this funny. And I just have to like really just
You have
give
to
up
focus.
all
Yeah.
of my, reservations.
Yeah.
I think you have to either funnel it into the area where it's like so funny and wrong that you're just like, all right, I can get over the fact that it's wrong, or you have to go so awful with it that people are like, I can't believe that came out of a human being's face.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing I
Yeah.
just heard.
There's a lot of lines you got to think about with shock value humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I
like
think
the
that makes it an art form because you're always treading a fine line
Or
about
you're-
whether or not people are gonna laugh or maybe like chase you with a pitchfork.
Or you're like
If you're
willfully,
first.
or you're like willfully ignoring it, like Anthony Jeselnik, just like, here's the
just-
line, and I'm just not gonna be
Yep.
on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it'd be like the burning hospital thing. You thought the burn victims were finally out of the fire, but they jumped right back in.
Exactly.
Oh my god! Thank God I finally got to the. What smells like bacon?
Ooh, that smell. Nope, that's.
Oh, that's just people.
No, that's people again. But I'm hungry now.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the worst part.
stomach's grumbling.
Oh, that's got to be a weird thing if you're stuck in a fire and there's like, I wonder if people are delicious. Then now one of your last thoughts has to be like, am I a bad person? This whole time that I was on Earth, all 8 of these years, was I a bad person the
I
whole time?
think I think my inner monologue, if I'm on fire, might be a little bit more hectic than I wonder if people. If I'm outside the burning building, I might be like, I wonder if people are delicious. If I'm inside the burning building, I might not just be like, let's take a second to reflect. Like I'll probably
Most
just
of your
be
thoughts
like,
are probably
they'll probably
screams.
just be like,
Yeah.
I'll be screaming internally and externally.
But
There's
we're-
no inner monologue anymore. Even if you're like thinking about finding an exit door, the image in your head is an exit door, but there's just screams.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
screaming high pitched in the back.
But also the exit door is made of bacon. It's a really conflicted.
But what if it was the baby unit that was on fire? Would it be like veal?
do you say
Veal
that?
bacon?
Ooh.
Is that a thing?
I don't see why not. That makes me like feel a little
Now
bit
we have to
bad.
ask the important question: is this a car full of awful people?
No.
No.
As long as we don't act on it.
No.
No.
I mean,
You wouldn't really
you
wanna
know,
try?
like
No, God,
geometrically,
No.
this car is only like 40% full of awful people. Because I mean, there's a lot of empty space in this
That
car.
is-
Oh yeah, he's being serious.
Yeah,
Geographically,
like, there's,
we're
yeah,
no.
We're not even
if we
close.
we were Nazi clowns, this car would be full to the brim with awful people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
That-
But the fact that we're
And there would be
talking about
18 of us in here.
Yeah, the fact that we're talking about it and really asking the question,
Yeah.
like, are we awful people? Are we awful people? Not like, should we stand out in front of a hospital burning? Like,
Yeah.
At
Where-
what,
where
at
does-
what point do you cross that line? then?
Where does that put us morally, though? Are we better off, or are we worse than if we acknowledge that we're awful people, and then we think about it, and then we think we'll do better, or we acknowledge that we're awful people and don't do better, or if we just didn't know we were awful people to begin
Well,
with? Are we
okay,
worse than
so
the people
here's
who
the
don't know
thing.
they're awful?
I wonder if we take the same logic about like, everyone has those thoughts where they're like driving and they're just like, what if I swerved into oncoming traffic?
what if.
Like those are just, there's something very well understood in, was it psychology, that
Yeah.
those are just called intrusive thoughts, and the fact that you have them and you recognize that you're like, why the fuck would I think about like, like jumping off a building if I'm like near the window of like a 26 story or something, like
Yeah.
like is when you recognize those, it shows that you're perfectly normal even if you like have those thoughts all the time. So if we take that same logic, the fact that we're just like, are we awful people, inherently means that we're not.
we're good. Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
if we never thought about it? We just assumed we were fine.
Well, that
Well,
would be the thing
we
about
never,
crazy.
we
people,
never
right?
thought
You
that
don't
we
know
were
that
awful
you're crazy.
people, or we never had those thoughts to begin with.
No,
We
we
never
had those
thought-
thoughts, but we never recognized them.
Never-
No, we.
we just never. How about we just never thought we were awful people? We never had the thoughts. We never recognized it. We just
mean,
assumed everything we were doing was fine.
That would
Then
be the
we'd be
line where
awful.
you are
Then we'd
an
be really
actual
awful.
crazy
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Because for a crazy person, it's like, should I eat a baby? And they're like, yeah, that's a great
I mean,
idea.
I
There's
don't think
nothing
Hitler
wrong with
ever
that whole
sat
idea.
down.
I
Eat a
don't
baby.
think Hitler ever was about to go to bed and he sat down on the edge of his bed and he's just like, am I an awful person? Like, I don't think he ever
Maybe
had that
I
thought.
shouldn't.
He
he's
reflected
just
like that every night for 6 years, and the answer was definitively no every time.
Yeah, I think he was just like,
Should I marry my niece?
I think he was just like,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
he was just like, time for bed. Like, he was just like, he had no problem falling asleep. Everything was just like fine.
Do you think he dreamt of Nazi clowns? Because I think that's an interesting point you brought up.
That'd be horrifying.
they have
I think
Nazi
I don't know if he dreamt of them, but he definitely counted them when he went to sleep. Because
One clown.
he literally had them walk by his room.
3 clowns.
He paid them. No, like just he's like, one clown.
3 clowns. 3 clowns.
He had like Goebbels dress up like clowns, the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They would dance the tango.
Oh God.
That was a real
Don't you
thing
know
he did.
anything
I think,
about World War II?
oh my god, there was, I think it was Himmler that he used to like dance with. There was like a whole weird relationship. I mean, it could just be something I
Yeah, it
heard and
could
I'm
be
totally
weird.
taking out of context. But I would love to think that Hitler,
I mean, it's
This
not
is
like
historically
everyone-
accurate.
It's not like people are
All
going to be
history.
just like, hey, that guy's defaming Hitler. Like, no one's gonna
Yeah, there's
be,
not really a problem with it.
no one's the person who defends Hitler.
I could
Like,
say this is
no
all
one wants to
fact,
be
and you
that
wouldn't be
person.
able to do anything about it because then you're defending Hitler. And immediately you have to ask, does that make me a bad
Exactly.
person?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
All
I
ties
think
back.
in this car, we go for jokes that people are like,
What?
okay, that's funny, but
Damn, son.
he said that.
It's been a lot of Hitler in the last 15 minutes.
We say the funny
Jesus.
things that you would be offended if you heard in person on the podcast, so that way you can be like, ha! But you can be like, laugh when there's no one else around, and you're just like, well, that was funny, but I wouldn't want my wife knowing that I think this
You
is
can
funny.
have good friends. We can be your funny friends.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay,
we'll take it.
Put it back.
Okay,
Full circle.
bringing it right around there.
Nice.
Yep.
I like it.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, does anyone have any more topics that they wanted to address, that they wanted to bring up? That they
Gentrify my
wanted to
neighborhood.
Gentrify.
A show that's like Pimp My Ride, but it's Gentrify My Neighborhood. But it's still Exhibit. It's still Exhibit. He just goes around building Whole Foods and like Hollisters in impoverished neighborhoods.
Oh my god.
It's like a combination of Pimp My Ride and like House Flippers and like
Yes.
Extreme Home Makeover. You just like say like just find like an entire neighborhood and you're just like, hey, how about a vacation for a month? And they're like, fuck yeah. And then while they're gone, you just plow the entire neighborhood, rebuild it, and they're like, my house is so nice. And it's like, awesome, yeah, your rent also doubled. And they're like, what? What is going on? And so that's the...
But you live in a Starbucks now. How rad is
yeah,
that?
exactly.
Yeah.
You live above an artisanal butter shop. Like, what the... Like, that's amazing, dude. Like,
Just
Only
what
the
more
butter.
could you
I think the
ask?
Probably
problem
would be like
is.
carve little designs on the side of his stick.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the problem is in this country you could make it work.
Oh,
An
easily.
artisanal. Oh yeah, I'd be there like twice
so
a day.
easy.
Oh, and white people would show up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just they hear a Whole Foods being built and smell a Starbucks. They're like, I'm moving there. I must move there.
Oh, I guarantee that
Yeah,
would
when
be
they
like
bring the
full
people
blue
back
business
from
program.
vacation, they just have like a fucking blockade of white people that want to live there, and you can only move back into your house if you make it past the white people.
I don't think it'd be that hard. All you have to do is like,
Say excuse me, and they'll move out of your way.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just,
That's all
you
it takes.
just need. It's more of like the mental aspect.
Hell,
of it.
you could just look a little bit poor and they'll just start walking.
Yeah,
They're
you
just
could.
like, oh my
you
god,
just,
don't
you
get
just
your
walk up to
core
them
on
and you
me.
go, do you have a couple dollars? And they'll be like, oh no, sorry. They'll just walk away. They'll part like the Red Sea.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they'll just-
Which is an interesting thought. You probably ungentrify neighborhoods pretty quickly by just sending one guy in there with just a slightly dirty jack. They just like
Yeah.
all disperse.
Yeah, you just take a guy, tatter his clothes a little bit, take a cardboard sign hanging around his neck, and just send him
but can you
in.
imagine what homes would be built
He's
there?
like,
They would
Different
come back to better homes. They would just be like,
Yeah.
all right.
I
go."
think different show even things out. Go to a really rich white neighborhood, move in one crack dealer.
Yes.
And just see where we go.
Yes.
Oh,
just give
How
him
long before
diplomatic
this entire
immunity
neighborhood
and see
smoking
how
crack?
how long it takes
Well-
to ungentrify it.
Well, then after a spin-off show, would you do crack and then a meth house? Like
Ooh.
a block down from each other?
Like a
Can
it-
face-off sort?
Oh, there could be like some turf wars.
It-
Who
Yeah.
can you in
It'd be
there?
drama.
Like a block
It should be
first,
like
meth,
a
obviously.
5-season thing where it's like the first one is gentrify my neighborhood, and the next 4 are ungentrify it to like at varying degrees. Like by the 4th season, they're just like, yeah, we just started storing spent nuclear fuel rods next door, and then at the beginning of the 6th season, we're just like, we're gonna bring it back. Like,
You're
it's
welcome. Prepare for another 12 seasons of this.
And now we have to ask, are we becoming Rome? Are we just going to
Their
start having
20th
murder
season
orgies in
special
the
is
streets?
just Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be okay.
Just the entire
Oh my god, this
city
is,
of
like,
Detroit.
this is like 8 different shows HBO could start working on right now.
Call us.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If
They
you
just
want
make so
sponsors.
much money that they managed to turn Detroit into the new Portland.
That would be unbelievable.
That would be amazing.
I
That would
literally
be
don't
amazing.
believe it. I don't think you can pull it.
Detroit's
I
a great
think-
city anyway,
stretch.
so
What
I'd
was
like
that?
to see. I said like Detroit was a great city anyway,
Yeah,
so let's
exactly.
just
Yeah.
rebuild it.
Exactly. All you have to do
That's-
is you just keep Detroit exactly
That's so
as
easy.
it
You
is.
just rebuild it.
I know,
That's
right?
the line
Just-
we're-
you just
No,
rebuild
no,
it.
you
That's
don't
the line
even
we're taking.
have
All right,
to.
good for
You
you,
don't even
Detroit.
have to rebuild it. You just like fix some of the ceilings, and you're just like, hey, guess what? It's retro.
Did you
And then
say-
white people flock to it.
Did you
They're
say-
just like, oh my god, it's finally retro. And then you're just-
Not to shit on you, Detroit. I'm gonna shit on Detroit. But did you say fix some of the ceiling? Have you seen Detroit?
well, no, the building.
Just
have
build
you-
a ceiling.
That's all you have to do.
It's like the people that move in to the to like the houses that were built like 150 years ago, and you're not allowed to like repair them with current methods because it
Oh, yeah,
cheapens the historical value of the
Right.
building. You have to like
Go back
use
to
You
like
have to-
wood joining to like
Yeah.
repair the roof and shit
You
like
have
that.
to use the original half crack, half plaster to make all the walls.
Anyone
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
willing to move into a house that's 150 to 200 years old also has no reservation about moving into Detroit if the neighborhoods are nice and you fix up the ceilings.
Well, then
a
you have to
little.
bring a hint
That's
of
it.
1880s racism with you.
Yeah, exactly. You can be just like,
So
you could be like, since you're black, you only have to pay 3/5 of the rent. So it's just like,
God.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes, real low swing with that reference, but I mean, would we call it equality then? I'm just saying, 40% discount.
Chicago, but
It's super racist, but
But it's brand new.
it's technically 40% off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
They're just like, how racist are you? Like, that should also be another game show. Is like how racist
is it?
How racist versus like price decrease. Like if you are marketed to, if you are a minority and you're marketed to in like the most racist way possible, like, are you okay with it at a 90% markdown?
I could
at
tell
an
you-
80% markdown? If you're not okay with it at an 80% markdown, are you okay with being marketed to in an only semi-racist fashion, but you still think they're 80% cheaper? What if they're 70% cheaper?
I
What if
have
they're
to say,
60% cheaper?
as
We
a
need to-
white guy, it'd be really hard to hurt my feelings. But if you called me like honky twice a day and gave me like a 10% off at Starbucks, I'd do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, if they just said like, feel like they should just like walk in and be like, how's your white guilt doing today? Check your privilege at the door. Buy
it's
one,
doing
get
good.
one free. I'd be
I
like,
got-
I'll be here tomorrow. Like, you have a customer for life, sir.
You know what? Up it. If they did give me 20% off, I would finally check my white privilege and stop gentrifying neighborhoods in my area.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
If it was like buy one get two free, but like all minorities get to automatically cut me in line, I might still go there every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just be like,
I think that's fair. I think that should
Exactly.
be every one white person just let two non-white people go in front of you. Just like, this is.
Yeah,
This is
so-
fair. This
you
is fair.
This is
you
exactly
earned
what I
this, and
want.
they're like, you enslaved my people for centuries, and you're like,
And
this
like, yeah,
is
but you
fair.
gotta cut in line. We're equal.
You're
Okay? You got your
welcome.
latte 30 seconds faster than I did. You're welcome.
Well, then what about Chipotle? Does it apply to Chipotle too?
Well, okay, let's
Well,
not
yeah.
fuck with Chipotle.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I mean,
I'm not letting anyone cut in front of me in Chipotle. That's
Well, I'm questioning, like, if you go to a restaurant, like, that's like maybe like Chipotle, like a Mexican restaurant, the Mexicans have to let the white people cut in front of them, and they have to deal with the same thing the white people were dealing with in like
I
regular
think we've
restaurants.
changed Chipotle to
yeah.
be white enough that it doesn't apply anymore.
Yeah,
I think
so.
Chipotle is
Chipotle
mostly
and
white people
Qdoba
that
are
are like,
definitely
please, none of the
just
salsa that's too
Okay.
spicy.
You can also count in Panda Express because there's only Hispanic people that work at Panda Express anyway.
Panda Express is good.
Oh, it's delicious.
Their orange chicken is phenomenal.
The bomb. Yeah, if you go to pandaexpress.com and enter in the promo code podcast, no, just like
You'll get 20% off your next
20% off. Okie dokie. Well, I believe that's all the time we have for today.
I believe so.
Thank you for joining us, Ollie
Yes.
and Garrett.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Hope to have you again soon.
Ooh,
Alrighty.
definitely.
This has. Oh, we gotta let everyone know.
Where can they be reached? Where
Yeah,
can you guys be reached
on
the
social
interwebs?
media, if people want to find more funny stuff from you guys, where
Racist and
can they
awful
find you?
things.
Oh, well, if you're looking for funny stuff from this guy, follow me on Twitter at @GFulwider. Maybe even like Instagram, Garrett_Fulwider. Follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an idiot, I haven't gotten a Twitter up yet, but as soon as that happens and I'm on this podcast again, I'll tell you guys.
Okay, good.
I think I've
I
had
just
like
plugged.
6 Twitter accounts.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. You can always find me at Lundy Live on Twitter, at Adam Lundy Live on Instagram,
Adam
and
Paul Lundy
Adam-
on Facebook.
Exactly.
God, I'm
He
good.
knows it.
Jesus.
Greg, where can they find you?
Twitter is Superpowers42, capital S, capital P. Instagram, Powers of Greg. Snapchat, Powers of Greg. Facebook is Greg Powers. So,
And also,
follow me there.
if any of you are way too lazy to type that in, those links will be in the description.
down here. Thank
Okay.
you.
This has been Podcast, Carcast,
my
episode
general
12.
Probably.
You guys have a good day. Yeah.